Hustle, hustle, yeah. Hustle.
What up, y'all? It's the one, the only Prophet McFly. This is my rant of the day. Happy Women's History Month. I want to thank everyone that tuned in to last night's Politically Miscorrect. Before I even get into that, I want to thank Ms. Faith Dixon and Carissa Van Epps for contributing their voice and knowledge base to the discussion. You guys can personally tell, I feel like at times we're screaming into the void, and last night that became quite obvious. I don't know why, when we're talking about George Floyd, the need to bring up African American mortality rates as a topic, besides, perpetuating a stereotype and adjusting the conversation and changing the narrative. But if you are a melanated person in this hemisphere or this planet, that's nothing new. Just like bringing up people's criminal record. And I do want to thank Faith for making an important point that, George can't have murals and paintings because he has a criminal past that he paid for, did his service or time. But y'all can vote for a person who has pending sexual allegation charges. What's the difference between that person and Floyd besides being alive? Color, class, wealth, things that are benefited or perpetuated by systemic racism. That, of course, people like to say doesn't exist. But today's rant has nothing to do about that. I got the link in the pod. I hope you guys check it out. Enjoy the episode, comment, and contribute to the discussion. But what I noticed, it's nice enough that people are actually playing outside now. This is what's going on here. Don't be mad at me, Texans and New Yorkers. This is rare. And chances are it's probably going to snow up here again. Let's keep it real. But the irony of, not irony, that's not even the right word. The goal of these Christian conservative men to not be Christian enough to protect women, not be Christian enough to respect their elders, not be Christian enough to not victim blame for one episode and just listen. The episode before, they had I wasn't on it. I was in the studio with Six, but there was a chick from Hold Your Line, Minnesota, which is a Blue Lives Matter group. And she said what they do is they hang out and barbecue and party and drink and talk. They only go to protest to counter protest. They don't have any actual political gains or movements or goals. They just want to hold the line. That episode, what you will see is them enabling her propaganda feeding, not questioning anything she says that's flagrantly incorrect or homophobic, while she attempts to speak for every single person in Minneapolis or the Twin Cities. So, both these guys are younger than me, but just hearing how they came at Faith and Clarissa, and I apologize, and I appreciate these women for being diligent and direct enough to be able to contain it. But it's part of being African American in this country, right? You're used to this shit. You're used to being called out your name. You're used to being looked at sideways. You're used to being spoken about behind your back or inappropriately. So when it happens in your face, it's not like we can't deal with it, but if you haven't watched the episode, my favorite moment is when she tells Ben to hush, son. I'm gonna treat you like my preschoolers, which was hilarious. And later on in the episode, right after they leave, you actually get to hear Ben say, no, it's a shared hallucination between every African American person in this world. So people always ask me why don't I hit them with education or that motivation. It's because it doesn't always work. You could take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And fish rot from the head. So teaching the feet and the tail ends and the toes how to act appropriately isn't anything, really. I'm gonna flip the camera around or level it up so you guys can see all the Caucasians looking at me crazy for just walking on the block that I live on past the school. they pick up their kids. I guess you can't see their faces, but you can guess the faces and sights I'm seeing. So, today's rant, the actual purpose of today's rant, what I want to get into is, it's Women's History Month. It's been a year since Breonna Taylor's died. It's been a year since George Floyd's passed. It's been a year since Ahmaud Arbery's passed. I'm seeing semblance of justices. I'm seeing laws passed in their name. What I'm not seeing are these people actually being honored. What I'm not seeing is the actual concern and care for the loss of human life. There's changes in procedures and policies and funding that we've asked for decades. When I say we, I mean African Americans and people of color. Shaun King's house is fat, and it's 110 people of all the people that ran for under defund the police as their campaigning, whatever promises. You know what I'm saying? They all won, every single one. White, black, here, other, California, New York, didn't matter. Baltimore. Also, as I'm walking past the school, it's a Catholic school, and witnessing how kids are picked up today, these are why these motherfuckers are so soft. They can't even walk home and take a bus. When I say a bus, I don't mean like a yellow bus, I mean like an actual city bus. So today's rant. Back to the message in front of the cake, which is, protect women. Protect our women. Protect all women. Protect their stories. Protect their truth. Protect young girls and children. And the easiest way you protect them is just by showing respect. The easiest way you protect them is by granting them that equality without giving them your position on feminism or the patriarchy or any of that. And maybe as this culture learns to respect women and stop victim blaming, maybe the same can happen to people of color. To be honest, knowing American history, I am not inclined either way, or encouraged either way. But it's neither here or there. It's a beautiful day in Grand Forks, and I'm gonna get back to enjoying it before that sun goes down and we dip back into the freezing temperatures. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. In the description below, there is the link to yesterday's episode of Politically Miscorrect. Again, I want to thank Miss Faith Dixon and Clarissa Van Epps. You ladies are inspirational, and I hope that your presence motivates other people to be as effective community leaders and changers as you guys are. And with that said, like, subscribe, and I'll tap in with you guys tomorrow. You already know the vibes. It's playtime. Oh, on a side note, I got 3 pods on the way. So tap in, tune in, like, subscribe is a real thing. And fat shout outs to DJ Onio, fat shout outs to DJ Sammy Beats, fat shout outs to District 6, fat shout outs to LSP Hugad, who just dropped a joint. I'm gonna put a link to that joint below as well. And District 6 actually dropped a video today, so I'm gonna put a link to that shit in the description as well. So there's a lot of links. You need to click everything in the description. Show these motherfuckers some love. I'm gonna do the same. You already know the vibes. Playtime.